केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
The Newshour Special Edition.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to watching the Newshour Special Edition. I'm Prathibha Chandran. Thank you for joining us this Sunday evening. The Congress government in Karnataka, viewers, has introduced a permanent residency certificate or PRC. The BJP suspects illegals may get backdoor entry while the Congress is dismissing the BJP's claims as rumour mongering. The question is, does the Congress's decision expose their own stand on NRC just a few years earlier? We tell you why, and that's our first debate this evening. Later, we also put the focus on the churn in the India bloc. While the Congress dumped the DMK in its lust for power in Tamil Nadu, the same Congress now wants the DMK and the TVK in the India bloc to muster up their numbers. Does this make it the right time for Vijay to join the India bloc? That's debate number 2 on the Newshour Special Edition. But let's begin with our focus on what the Congress party had said. You remember, viewers, first it was the Congress party that called SIR vote chori, saying that legitimate voters are getting deleted from the voter rolls. Then the party said that if a person who is not on the voter roll is not going to also get government guarantees, somebody who is not on the voter rolls is not going to get the benefit of the government guarantees in Karnataka. Clearly saying that the Karnataka government is legitimizing this entire EC process, which the Congress party calls out. And today, it is the same Karnataka government's new framework for issuing permanent residence certificates for the 2026 SIR. The very same Congress that said that it is tedious and arduous for poor people to stand in queues for documentation is now offering residential certificates on similar lines in Karnataka. So the question is, are rules different? It's unacceptable when the centre does it, but suddenly acceptable when the state government led by the Congress party does it. What's also interesting is how the Congress party in 2019 had vehemently opposed the introduction of Pan-India NRC. They said that doing so would put the poor and vulnerable at a disadvantage, even when the government never really announced any Pan-India rollout of the NRC. So let's remind you what Sonia Gandhi had said about NRC in 2019.
The Citizenship Amendment Act is discriminatory, and the proposed nationwide NRC will particularly hurt the poor and vulnerable. People's apprehensions are real and legitimate. The Congress party assures the people of India that it is fully committed to stand up and defend their fundamental rights.
So now the Congress party that opposed the SIR is preparing a document that facilitates the same SIR, and the Congress party that opposed the NRC is taking a very similar route and is preparing a similar document to facilitate the SIR. So who is eligible for a PRC certificate? Let's get you the details on how this is going to work. If you're born in Karnataka or have spent 10 years of residence in Karnataka, then you are eligible. That is what the PRC is going to be. 10 years of schooling in Karnataka, so the 10th or the 12th certificate would also do for this PRC certificate. Or if a family member resides in the state, or if you own or occupy property, or if your name is in any of the government records. What if there are people who do not have any documentation for the same? This was exactly why the concern had been given by the Congress party. Now remember, they had raised it with regard to the NRC, and today the same issue will have to be addressed with the PRC as well, because the government order very clearly says that documentary evidence is insufficient, local inquiry and other reliable evidence may be relied upon after recording reasons. While the PRC is not related to citizenship, it does have a lot of similarities with the NRC in the manner in which it is being done. both, in fact, actually rely on the records to verify the individual's claim. Any claim that's being made is going to actually fall on the records. Apart from that, both of it involves historical and long-term records, the very same records that the Congress party had said would be extremely arduous for the marginalized as well as the poor people. They both also involve establishing facts for one's identity, involving scrutiny by designated government authorities, and the applicants need records related to residence as well as family. And that's why the decision over the PRC has sparked a massive political controversy, because the BJP says that the PRC process is unconstitutional and may also give a back door entry to illegal immigrants into the SIR process and help them get voter IDs. The Congress, on the other hand, has accused the BJP of fear-mongering. Listen in.
The state government doesn't have power to issue permanent residence certificate, PRC. It is against the constitution. They can issue domicile certificate and residence certificate. Now, mischievously, the state government has changed the norms of PRC. Earlier, ration card and other government documents, Aadhaar card was necessary. Now, if you issue one affidavit, there will be permanent residence without verification.
They're just trying to call up the boogeyman. They're talking about us giving certificates to Bangladeshis. My question is, how is Bangladeshis coming to Bangalore? Whose responsibility is it to man the international borders? Who is in power in West Bengal? Who is in power in the Northeast? Who is in power in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh? How are they coming in? What is Mr. Amit Shah doing? And do you take the government, state government, to be fools to issue certificates, permanent residency certificates to Bangladeshis? We are a responsible government. BJP has not been able to find any loophole with what we are trying to do with SIR. That's why they're raising this boogeyman.
So here's the question this evening. Is this a necessary move to protect legitimate voters from being deleted, or is it an unconstitutional outreach that threatens national security? We have guests joining us this evening. G.S. Prashant, spokesperson of the BJP Karnataka, Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist, Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, and Dr. Akashdeep Puri, political analyst on the broadcast with us. Good evening to all and thank you for joining us, Dr. Akashdeep Muni. The BJP says that this entire exercise by the Congress government is unconstitutional. They say that when the centre does it, the Congress has a completely different stance. And when the state does it, which is even unconstitutional, the Congress party suddenly starts believing in the process.
Prathibha ji, first of all, if they say it is unconstitutional, they should go to the Honorable Supreme Court. But they have still not filed an FIR. So it's interesting to note that. First and foremost, let me clear the confusion. BJP is confusing the Indian Republic by saying that PRC is equal to NRC. Sorry, sir, it's not. You have done it. You have done under Basavaraj Bommai government. Even earlier, many BJP government in Jammu and Kashmir, in Maharashtra, in Bihar, in Uttar Pradesh, all have provided domicile certificates. And it's a regular practice. And this PRC is not citizenship certificate. NRC is different, PRC is different. PRC is not citizenship certificate. Unfortunately, why the political parties are confusing Indian Republic, I'm unable to understand. And if you say that, previously Congress opposed it and now they are doing it. No, sir. It's not even that. They have done it previously also. And then under Dham Singh government of Karnataka in 2004, they have done it.
Okay.
In earlier governments have done it in Maharashtra.
It's a residential certificate. It's not a citizenship certificate. I'll take a response from the BJP on that. But before that, Dr. Akashdeep Muni, what I want to ask you is the Congress party had previously opposed it. And at the same time, the Election Commission has also made it clear that it is not going to accept this document. So why should Karnataka government bring in this entire process when the EC is very clear that this is not going to be accepted in the SIR?
EC, please go through the guidelines. EC has one document which they'll be accepting, which is this particular, the domicile document, that is PRC. You can go through the guidelines. I request your
But they
viewers
have
to
said
Google it.
in Karnataka, in fact, there is a clause where the EC has said that it should be issued by competent authority. In the case of Karnataka, they have clarified that this will not be
That is
accepted.
the revenue department. The competent authority is the revenue department. This is simple. This is just a domicile certificate. It's a German. It's not a citizenship certificate. You know what's wrong? Wrong was when Parvesh Verma, your cabinet minister, distributed money before Delhi elections to give votes, and Times Now cameras were there. When the people came out with money and purchase of BJP ki bhai abhi vote karo, that was wrong. उस समय तो आप चुप थे क्योंकि आप राजनीति वाले हो, पॉलिटिशियन हो. आप थोड़ी ना लोगों की भलाई चाहते हो. आप थोड़ी ना हो, आप तो अपनी भलाई चाहते हो ताकि आप पावर में हो, पैसा कमाओ.
Okay. So
Which is
here's
why
Prashant, the
then
argument
this
is that this is not proof of citizenship. So the BJP is only fear-mongering because this is just a residential certificate. So what's the problem? As a state government, it has the authorities. There's nothing unconstitutional about this entire process of the Karnataka government. So why is the BJP opposing it?
Prathibha, firstly, if they were issuing regular domicile certificates for education and other purposes, it's fine, which Mr. Basuraj Bommai, former CM, also clarified. But the intent of the state government in trying to issue a permanent residency certificate now at the time of SIR, and you look at how SIR has been conducted, it's being done in mosques, it's being done in Kalyan Mandaps, and Congress is trying to benefit only one particular community and vote bank for that. The rules of the EC are very clear that the SIR cannot be conducted in mass places, and you can't have mass applications being taken, but they have thrown all rules to the wind, and they're trying to go ahead with the SIR in that form, wherein everybody is being given the enumeration, and probably those of them who don't have the proof, they have brought in this particular thing to say we'll give a residency certificate, and based on that we will try to, because the agents are from the Congress. So therefore, the real fear is people who ought not to be on the electoral rolls now probably are being brought in by Congress to support their vote bank. This is a very disturbing trend, and this may be against the national interest also, because the security of the country is very of foremost importance. And we have this motor-mouth Minister Priyanka Kharge talking about who's manning the border and who was in power. 15 years it was TMC in power, and BJP has relentlessly fought against these gooseberries. And now we know what's happening in the border, and immediately the land which was required for fencing has been handed over by the BJP government to the army and our forces to ensure that patrolling is strong, which TMC never did. So therefore, Congress and its cronies can only cry about strengthening the borders, but now we know that what they have done in the last 15 years, and every illegal immigrant will be thrown out.
But Mr. Prashant, the Congress party is very clear. They oppose the NRC because it was to do with citizenship. There should be no opposition to what the Karnataka government is doing or the PRC, because they say that that is only a residential certificate. So what is the problem? You're saying that it is because illegal immigrants can also be granted residential status, correct?
Yes, it has happened because there are numerous instances where people have been caught with fake Aadhaar cards, fake voter ID cards, and you look at the number of cases which came out from West Bengal and Bihar. So therefore, if all those people have moved southward now to ensure that a safe passage in Karnataka, because Congress is in power, that should never happen. So let the process which has been forwarded with the ECB followed in letter and spirit, and you cannot have SIR in Kalyan Mandaps, community halls, and mosques being the centers of SIR. The agents are supposed to go house to house, verify the antecedents, and then issue. Where it is the new rule that Congress brought in that you have these SIRs conducted in mass playgrounds and places where one particular community gathers. This is absolutely atrocious.
Okay, Dr. Muni, respond.
I'll just give you a short rebuttal. BJP and their spokesperson today is saying that in Bengal, many Rohingyas and Bangladeshis were there through TMCs and Congress. Give me, SIR happened in Bengal. Give me one name of a Bangladeshi or Rohingya found in Bengal SIR. Ek naam bata do. या बता दो या बोल
Well,
दो
we
कि मैं
had
आप झूठ बोल
visuals
रहे हो.
of many
One
people
minute.
leaving Bengal. They were leaving from the border, saying that we're scared what will happen next. In fact,
One
the
name of a
BJP has
Bangladeshi
responded
or
then,
Rohingya.
going on to
Going
say that
outside.
this is the effect of the
Mr.
SIR,
Modi,
that those who are
if they were
illegal
really
immigrants
Indians, they will
want to
not
leave
go.
the country. But let me keep our focus to Karnataka and whether this sets a precedent for the rest of the country as well. Because Abbas, the BJP says that first, this is unconstitutional, that this is not the jurisdiction of the state. Apart from that, the BJP has also highlighted that while the SIR process is taking place in Karnataka, there have been certain issues, and the BJP believes that there are illegal immigrants being shielded in Karnataka, which is why there are concerns. How do you respond to that?
I absolutely do not agree with the Bharatiya Janata Party here in Karnataka, because let us understand Basuraj Bommai had a similar domicile certification exercise on the same front. The Karnataka Congress is only calling it a permanent residence certificate. Let us understand what the Karnataka Congress leaders who are in government power said. They've clearly stated that this is purely an address proof mechanism for administrative purposes. Also, as a matter of fact, the same leaders of the Congress party have clearly said that PRC does not grant citizenship and simply aids local verification. And let us also understand, Prathibha ji, in your previously you also explained to us what comes under, like if I can read it out to you, who are the ones who really come under this PRC, the permanent residence certificate? Somebody who's born in Karnataka, resident of Karnataka for at least 10 years, completed 10 years of education in the state up to class 12. Father, mother, guardian, or spouse resides in Karnataka. They own or possess residential property in Karnataka. So therefore, there
Aren't the rules similar for the scheme brought in by the centre as well? That's the question. The Congress party opposes it and says that these documents are not available with the people. So how is it suddenly available with the people now?
No. Let me tell you, the PRC and NRC is like apples on oranges. They're two different things. It's like Zameen and Asman. So it literally has nothing. And the Congress government leaders have clearly said it. This is only address proof. That's about it. And this has nothing with granting citizenship. Now, the second point, let us understand that when we speak of the Bangladeshis in Bangalore or anywhere in the country, let us understand that my friend of BJP said 15 years TMC was in power. Respect it, sir. 12 years the Bharatiya Janata Party is in power in India. Minister of Home Affairs is yours. Home Minister is yours. Borders are yours.
But that's where the problem comes in, Abbas, because even in the PRC, finally the authority goes to the revenue officials without any checks or balances from the MHA, and that's why the BJP says that there is an issue.
No, ma'am. I think the larger responsibility comes in more than any of the state mentioned. More than West Bengal, it is our respective Ministry of Home Affairs, which needs to fight the poorest
Okay,
borders
bring in
and
Mr.
fight
Shekhar
against
Iyer
these
on this, because we've seen this
on
play
the
out in
front.
West Bengal as well. It's the same story that we're seeing play out in Karnataka as well. When questions are being raised on whether illegal immigrants are being shielded, the response from the opposition is simple, that is a job of the MHA.
Well, Pratibha, I think the problem is not between, a PRC and NRC. What we need to know from the Karnataka government is, when you already have rules to issue domicile certificates, why have you brought this permanent residency certificates? Because this is a new rule that has come. Karnataka, it is called, in fact, it is called the Karnataka special rules for a permanent residency certificate. So if the conditions to be met for domicile certificate are same as permanent residency certificate, why has the Karnataka government at the start of the SIR come with the permanent residency certificate? Because I don't see anything to do with NRC. I mean, NRC is a different, agreed. But why is it coming now? For when you already, if you want to issue, you can issue domicile certificate as you are issuing, and the conditions are same. So, and also, look at the way how the reactions have come from MIM leader Asauddin Owaisi. Now he has asked Telangana government to similarly come out with a PRC in Telangana also. So all the state governments have this provision of domicile certification. I mean, that is used for college admission because most states reserve some quota for those who are, those who have studied in their respective states or born there, and etc., etc. So what is, causing the confusion and apprehension? I mean, apart from getting into the political arguments for or against, if you already have a domicile certification, what is this one? Does it replace that? And one more thing, initially when the Karnataka government made the announcement, they said that this permanent residence certificate be issued by the Panchayat Development Office. Then when it was pointed out that Panchayat Development Office issued certificate will not be recognized by the Election Commission, because Election Commission has specifically said that domicile certificates will have to be issued by the Tehsildar and Assistant Tehsildar. So this particular latest order covers that the permanent residency certificate will be issued by, okay, fine with that. But my big question is this. When you already have a domicile certificate, why have you gone in for permanent residency certificate A? B, does it replace that? Or what is the real intention?
Okay.
I mean, what kind of facilitation you're going to do which the domicile certificate did not do already?
Okay, Abbas, respond to that.
Firstly, sir, let us understand that if we look at the task done by both Chief Ministers, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, currently Shri D.K. Shivkumarji, or even if you look at the front of Basuraj Bommai-ji, who was previously the Chief Minister before Siddaramaiah, of course. Let us understand the terms, conditions applied in both the cases are the same. What does it mean? It means simply providing the address proof verification. Both of them also mentioned that this is not going to be a grant of citizenship. I understand Shekhar Ayerji is questioning basically the timing. Why is it being done during special intensive revision?
Why two? I'm asking why you already have one revision. Why already you have a death certificate? What is the need for permanent residency?
Okay. Now,
what is it?
Now, it's two questions here. Shekhar Ayerji, well within his rights as a senior journalist, has asked two questions. One is he's questioning the timing. The other is why so basically let me tell you, as a citizen of Karnataka, being here with a domicile certificate now for a permanent residence certificate, and again, my SIR will be done shortly, enumeration included. So if I have done it then as a domicile, let me tell you, every day, thousands of people travel to Bangalore. So therefore, there is a need of PRC. Only the name changes happen, sir. That's about it. The rules, regulation, the mode of operation is
Mr.
pretty much the
Prashant,
same.
respond to that, because the comparison that the Congress party has brought in is what happened when the Bommai government was in power in Karnataka.
No, Prathibha, this isn't right, because our Basuraj Bommai was very clear, saying it is only for the education purposes that the domicile certificate is issued for students to get seats into colleges, to say, because you'll have a domicile quota. If you studied in Karnataka for X number of years, 10 years, and then for getting into engineering and medical, you have domicile quota. Nowhere even there, they give you address proof saying that this is your present address proof, and the revenue officer is not authorizing it or confirming it. You are supposed to provide documents to prove that where your address is. And here, Congress is embarking on exercise to ensure that to provide addresses to people who do not have address in Karnataka only to protect their vote bank. This is being done right during the SIR. Otherwise, they brought it last year.
So protecting vote bank during the SIR. Very quickly, Dr. Akarzi Puni, respond to that.
Prathibha ji, Shekhar ji is just an erudite journalist. I don't understand what happens to him today. He says PRC is born in Karnataka. No, sir. In BJP has brought PRC in Assam. BJP has brought PRC in Arunachal before SIR. What was the problem there? Nothing. It's a simple exercise. It was done in Arunachal Pradesh. It was done in Assam. Then you were quiet. अब तक तो आपको दिक्कत नहीं हुई. जब कर्नाटक में कांग्रेस की सरकार ने करी तब को आपको बहुत दिक्कत है. ये हिपोक्रेसी क्यों होती है?
किसको बचाना है ये बताइए. किसको बचाना है आपको ये बताइए.
भाई असम में किसको बचा रही थी? असम किसको बचा रही थी बीजेपी? असम में किसको बचा रही थी? आप जब चुना किसको बचा रही थी बीजेपी असम में?
Okay, so the BJP says that it is protecting the vote bank, but the Congress party continues to to say that this is ensuring that the legitimate voters have a residential proof that can help in the SIR. Of course, the Election Commission for now has said that it's not going to accept it, which brings a question on why there is a certain urgency in ensuring that there are these help desks at every Gram Panchayat. Why is the Karnataka government even bringing it? Those questions still linger. The government has made its answer very clear. Now it's for the EC, of course, to decide on what happens next. This amid a lot of questions on whether the Karnataka government's stance on the entire SIR process is also not in line with what the Congress party has been saying all along. We'll have to leave it at that. Thanking you all for joining us this evening on The Debate.